Hello, everyone.
Hey guys, welcome
Welcome.
back.
Look at us here on time, ready to
Finally,
rock and roll. It is I, Lily Love Stuff, joined by the wonderful.
Shortcake ESC over here, you guys.
And today we are discussing things. 1 second.
We are. Oh my gosh, I just realized next stream is going to be the last stream before I head out to Turin.
I know it's our last stream as well before, like today's our last stream before rehearsal start.
Oh my
Guys,
goodness.
we're so
What are
close.
we going to do?
We're so
No, we already
close.
figured out what we're going to do. You guys are going to be surprised, but when it comes down to it, I can't believe this season's already over.
No, it's not over yet. It's not over until we have the credits rolling. Then we
You're
begin
right.
with the
You're
post
right. I should
Eurovision
have said
pressure.
that. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
We'll make it. We'll make it. So
We do
yeah,
have a number of topics today, though, you
welcome
guys.
to our stream today.
Yes.
Before we kick off, just a reminder: if you go to the description box, there are links to the events being held by like the Eurovision Fam events being held in Turin that you guys can
Mm-hmm.
check out there. Yeah, it's the bar crawl and the family dinner. So if you're going to be in the city, don't know what you're going to be doing yet, there's some activities for you there.
Yes.
Other than that, we're going to be going over site articles, American Song Contest, and then our Eurovision Fam rankings as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, buckle up. Let's go ahead and kick it off with our site articles. Do you want to kick that off there, Jordan?
Of course. So, you guys, there have been 3 site articles published since we last talked to you. So, the first thing we are analyzing, Alicia Michelle went ahead and wrote us the wonderful article called American Song Contest, a Viewership Analysis. This is basically showing how well the American Song Contest is faring, being a Eurovision type show for an American broadcaster, and what that ultimately looks like for ratings. It's not super promising, you guys, and being American viewers, you can kind of understand why. In the article, she also talks about how episode by episode they're trying to kind of adjust the show to make it easier to follow in a sense. It's a little clumsy. It's a little clumsy, and hopefully, if we do get a later season, then it will be a bit more concise, a little bit easier to understand. But right now, it's definitely a rocky start, and it's not the most popular, so it's not looking a ton good from the outright. But that's all right. There should always be a second chance, or at least I believe so.
Well, I would
So we're going
hope.
to keep an eye on the American Song Contest. Wait, what was
When it
that?
comes to the American Song Contest, I'm thinking we might get a second season, just
I think so
solely
too.
because of the announcement coming out of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that to me makes me think it's more successful than I thought it was going to be here in the States, and that's where they're going to do a Canadian show too. It's just one of those things where Alicia Michelle's also mentioned multiple times having it at a different time of year because right now is not a good time of year for
Awful time of year. The worst time of year, frankly.
like honestly like if it was like a Sunday show that everyone watched live like a Sunday afternoon, put it in the summertime because what else is happening summer on TV? Nothing. Oh,
Absolutely
NBC
nothing.
has
No.
the PGA Golf Tour though, but
Golf tour?
yeah,
Okay, you really have to be a golf stan, but
my
it's
grandfather
all good.
was a golf stan every
I mean,
Sunday.
NBC, they're really good at being like sharpshooters in terms of what they think is going to be the most pandery to their viewership. And I mean, golf makes more sense than states representing each other at a very complicated show level. It
Yeah,
just kind of makes more sense to me.
it's a lot. Like honestly, and like make it a like I don't know. I'd say put it down. Like she said, put it in the summertime would be a
Hmm.
good idea. Also, it's just a matter of like you have to look at what other networks are putting out. The summertime tends to be a dead time of year for new TV, so that's why I would say put it in the summertime as well. But yeah,
Well, I mean, also, yeah, put it in the summertime because the entire viewership almost, like I want to say 99% of the viewership even at this rate is Eurofans. So it is people within the Eurovision community. If you look at the tweets that come out live for each episode, it's people from the Eurofandom. I actually did an
including you.
experiment. Yeah, this last week I did an experiment. So just so you guys know, I'm going to be watching the American Song Contest live for the rest of the shows. But something interesting happened. So I was like, how easy is it for someone who's just kind of like a fan of Eurovision to get on the screen? It took me my first try. It
Yeah.
took me my first try to end up on national TV with Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg. You could see my name there and my tweet.
Yeah.
That just shows you how much of like how little traffic this is actually getting from the States here.
If I
It's a little
go
disheartening, but I'm really hanging on to hope for it.
if I go into the hashtag, it is mostly Eurovision fans. Like it's like basically looking at my
Hmm.
for you page. My for you page. Wow, that's TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like looking at my page. So I mean, I'm happy to see Eurofans are latching on. It's just going to take some tweaks, I think, for the general public of America to get on board. I think maybe it's just a matter of in the
Mhm.
U.S. people don't. We're not used to song competitions with original songs. And part of the reason why I don't watch shows like American Idol or The Voice, or things like that, is because I don't like hearing cover versions of songs. Personally, that's why I prefer Eurovision, because it's my singing contest with like original songs. I don't have to listen to someone's terrible cover of like Britney
How
Spears.
many times do we get a piano cover of Chandelier? Is my question.
I too many
You know
times.
exactly what I'm talking
But
about.
I mean, I'm encouraged. I think that like even with the viewership being a little rough, I think that
Mhm.
hopefully we will be getting a second season.
Yeah, I'm also agree that it's looking like it's pointing in that direction, and Alicia has been very forward into saying NBC is quite invested in this show.
Mm.
I'm not gonna take that chance away from them because this is something that can grow into something really great. But ultimately, right now, it's not being executed the best way that it can, and
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing these results happening in a real time.
Yeah. And the next article I think was Euroville things to do in Turin.
Yeah, so you guys, 5 Eurovision things to do in Turin was our next article. So this basically covers Eurovision week, what's going to be happening in town other than the show. One of the things you could check out in the article is the Euro Village, which is where I will be watching the live grand final. So I will be seeing you guys from there. Euro clubs, so the other kind of just like nightclubs and stuff who are doing Eurovision related stuff. We're kind of just like waiting for the crowd. Remember though, this is an Olympic city, so they are fully capable of hosting a big festive crowd. It's going to be super exciting for me to check that out. The third item was LGBTQIA plus spaces in Turin. I haven't actually delved very much into the details on what that could be yet, but I'm really excited to explore. And the 2 Eurovision Fam events. So the bar crawl with Alicia on the 7th, and Volare, which is the team dinner, or the Eurovision Fam dinner, where we could just chat about all kinds of stuff Eurovision happening that following Wednesday, the Wednesday between the semifinals. So those are the 5 Eurovision things to do in Turin. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous that we're going to be flying out in just like a little over a week.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind, but you know what? That's all right because I have at least 5 things to look forward to in Turin. Minor
Yeah.
segue, you guys. I'm doing a takeover of the TikTok account for Eurovision Fam. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm going to be pretty much posting every single day on there until I come home from Turin. So if you aren't following the Eurovision Fam TikTok yet, do that because you'll see me on there making a fool of myself in a foreign country.
You can watch Jordan dance already on the TikTok if you want to enjoy yourself. That's on there. I just want to say hello to
Yeah.
Still Sane and Shay. Welcome both of you to the stream.
Hey guys.
All
Welcome to the
right.
stream.
Yeah, so other than that, I think the other article that we had was the interview with Amanda from Greece.
Hmm. 10
So,
things that might surprise you. So yeah, Amanda. I almost called her her whole name Amanda Georgiadi Tenfield, but why not?
yeah.
She talks about her love of sport, her going to medical school, her journey going to Eurovision. She's really fun, very personable kind of person. I suggest you go ahead and check out that article as well as the other articles on the site already, and the ones that are going to be coming out very soon. We are
Yeah.
we're going full steam ahead right now, so
Yeah.
check out the site.
Yes. Articles are in the description box along with a video for the interview. I'll have that in the description box as well and up in the
Yep, yep.
cards. All right. So now that we've gone ahead and gone over side articles, let's tip our toe into American Song Contest semifinal 1. That
Hmm.
happened on Monday, and we had a time. Well, before we do semifinal 1, let's talk about Heat 5. and the qualifiers from Heat
Yes.
5. So we knew
Mhm.
Michigan qualified since she
Mhm.
was the auto qualifier. Then
Yes.
California, North Carolina, and American Samoa were the three that qualified afterwards with the combined score of the jury and televote.
Mhm.
How do you feel about those qualifiers?
I was right about every single one. This is
You
the first
were.
time I
Oh my
was
gosh. Yeah.
across the board right,
Yeah.
and it feels good. But at the same time, I really wish that like, who did I miss? There was one state, I can't remember exactly which one it is right now, but there was one that I wish took North Carolina's place. Yeah.
I honestly can't tell you who that would be. I can't remember.
There was one that I liked. Now I'm really like mad
We
that I
liked a
didn't write
lot
it
of
down.
stuff last week.
Oh, I want to say last week was probably the best week
For
of,
me,
or
week
like
4.
Heat 5. I want to say was probably my favorite Heat out of all of them.
Heat 4 was my favorite. Going like into the heats. I'm just taking a look at last Heat 5.
Oh yeah, who else was in there? Who else? Like who did I forget
Illinois,
to?
no, it wasn't Idaho.
No, no.
Not New Mexico. Not
New Me-
Vermont.
uh, New Mexico was all right. I still listen to that song kinda.
Guam?
Guam, I knew it wasn't gonna make it, but I mean, I'm Pacific. I learned not to be mad about situations like this. So
Yeah, I can't tell who it would have been that you would have liked to see go through.
I mean, it's fine. Right in the middle, I think, is North Carolina song. That sounds like a pretty standard country radio hit, so it does make sense why that qualified. I guess that it would, and it did.
Yeah.
John
Um,
Morgan, congratulations. I believe that's his name.
yes, I think so. I'm happy to see American Samoa get through.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I did not think
Yeah.
it was going to happen. That is currently my second place of the whole song contest so far, you guys. It's so
Yeah,
good.
Janelle did not disappoint. I cannot wait to see like what happens in the final. I'm sorry, in the semi with her. Then we have Shea. I'm so happy that American Samoa qualified. And
Hmm.
then red flags as well from Shea that Guam came last in the jury vote. I don't know how Guam came last in the jury vote still. I
Yeah.
I don't see.
I don't think there's any good reason why that happened because I feel like there were definitely weaker performances, like by a long shot.
Yeah,
Made no sense. It made no sense. Yeah,
they don't want
it's
to
okay.
get white. They don't want to drink wine at a jazz festival. Clearly, like I don't know.
Why
California
don't they
getting.
want to?
I don't know. I would.
Me too.
California getting through. Happy to see the girls from Cali going through.
Hmm.
I think that their song was catchy. The staging was fun, and it did show a side of like American culture that's very distinct to the region of Southern California.
Hmm. Yeah, that was done very well. I had a feeling they would make it. I'm happy they did. And once again, I do still feel like California's in the run to win.
Yeah,
It's weird thinking that. It's weird thinking that you live in a place that is set to win a song contest that's representative of places like
yeah,
Eurovision, but that's happening, and congratulations to Sweet Taboo.
yeah. Well, at least my region brought a lot of R&B and stuff. That's
Yeah,
kind of our
neither. Well,
thing.
I mean, to be honest, Bree Steves from Pennsylvania is still my winner.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania still has my number one spot. And it's because honestly, the R&B scene out there, like Pennsylvania into further DMV area, is really, really good, you guys.
It's Philly soul. Is a subgenre of soul music from the 70s. Kind of like where your funk tradition comes from,
Mhm.
is from like Philadelphia. So let's go ahead and talk about the competitors from semifinal one. Just a brief rundown of who competed: Kentucky, Colorado, New Hampshire, Washington, Alabama, Wyoming, Rhode Island, Montana, Michigan, Massachusetts, and Oklahoma were the ones who competed. The jury qualifier was Washington. It's the only week of like, yeah, jury, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, it's the only one that makes sense, really.
yeah, it wouldn't shock me if he won the whole contest at this point.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Um,
No.
because Alan Stone is one of those musicians. I've said it before. He's a musician that musicians know.
Hmm. I mean,
Um,
for good reason too. He hasn't given us a single flaw in his performance, and he's elevated it like in the semifinal from the Heat. But it was also just kind of like a perfect setup with how the heat was, he's going to do very well in the final itself.
And even, like, speaking about this semifinal, I think everyone kind of upped their game.
Everyone did, yeah.
Going into this. Like, everyone came in and was a little more polished, and everyone kind of sounded better, too. Like, people who maybe lip-synced in their heats when they qualified kind of switched over and gave us a live vocal instead. So that's nice to see there. I'm just looking here. My highlights, of course, I mentioned one of them being Washington State. Was happy to see that one go straight through. I was glad to see, New Boot Goofin back. We do love ourselves New Boot Goofin. Yeah.
Oklahoma was receptive to the viewers' critiques, I noticed.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I'm not worried at all for Oklahoma because she's a K-pop artist.
Yeah.
If this show was 100% televote, she would win. And the reason why is because K-pop stans know how to coordinate.
They do.
They know how, and we've seen them do it before with those tickets for the rally that they all bought up or all reserved and no one showed up to. Like, K-pop stans know what they're doing, and they know how to make sure their favorite gets through. We could take some lessons and learn from them, Eurovision fandom. We really could. We can all rally behind someone. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening there. Like I said, everyone kind of upped their game. There's not really anything in particular I wanted to point to.
I went to Michigan. That was my favorite staging of the whole show so far.
Really?
Semi-final one. Yeah, like, I love the well, I mean, like, not only did they use, like, the spark shower, but they used another version of it that had, like, red sparks too, and I just thought that suited everything so well. You could tell that NBC is really pushing, like, the young girl singer-songwriter kind of stuff that they do with Italy Ann. Like, this is kind of like formulaically one of NBC's, like, entrees. So it's interesting to see that happen, but I really do also enjoy the song Natalie itself. So
yeah,
good on Italy Ann.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go ahead then. I'm kind of done with talking about American Song Contest. Because at this point, we've seen all the songs. We're just kind of reiterating on them. Let's go ahead and let's head on over to our Eurovision Fam rankings for Eurovision 2022. You and kind of spearheaded this project, so go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, you guys. So we're kind of doing what a lot of Eurovision sites are doing, but on a much smaller scale because we're a smaller team. But basically, we have, or like at least I have curated a ranking for each of the semifinals and the big five before rehearsals start. So in just a couple days, we're going to be getting the final ranking on behalf of the site with all 25 songs that are in the final. But with that said, I'm going to be reading to you how everyone fared in the semifinals if you haven't watched the TikToks yet. As a matter of fact, Lily, would you mind linking the TikToks down below? I don't even know if it's like a possibility thing. Yeah. But yeah, like we do have TikToks where you see me acting an absolute fool, talking about the qualifiers from each semi.
Yeah, so
in this moment, though, I'll give you more detailed point allocation. But you were saying?
I said let's go ahead and kick off by like the non-qualifiers we had in semifinal one.
So, semifinal one, there was a three-way tie for last place.
Oh my gosh. Let me
Denmark,
guess.
Bulgaria, and Switzerland all received 0 points.
You didn't let me guess. I was going to say who came last.
So
sorry. You said Denmark, Switzerland, and Bulgaria.
You can guess that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Bulgaria.
I mean, we all knew Bulgaria was going to be kind of down.
They all received 0. Ooh, I forgot to tell you guys how I calculated this. So basically, for each voting team member, so 6 people voted in these polls. I included just a simple 1 to 10 point scale, and then once I came to a sum, that's how I deduced who the top 10 is going to be. Same concept for the big 5, except it's a 5-point scale. So the max number of points to be received by an artist in one semifinal could have been 60. The minimum amount of points to qualify would have been 6. And with the big 5, that doesn't apply, but yeah, that's basically how I calculated that, and those were the 3 last places of semifinal 1: Switzerland, Bulgaria, and Denmark. Since I took away your guess that one time, who do you think got 1 point, therefore not landed themselves in last place?
And it's semifinal 1.
Semifinal 1. Do you have a guess?
No, I don't. I just know what we don't like.
All right, so receiving 1 point from Eurovision Fam, Latvia.
I feel like I was the one that gave them 1 point, wasn't I? It sounds like one of my activities.
I did not put a name for how I allocated these points. I could probably go into the form and check that out, but basically Latvia only got 1 point from one of us out of the 6. So
That's fair.
Following that, Austria received 3 points. Moldova received 6 points, and the last non-qualifier is our fresh little teenagers, LPS from Slovenia, who received 9 points. Dang!
I know who gave them 9 points. I know.
You know who gave them 9 points?
I am pretty sure it was me. They're like my second.
Very well could have been you.
They're like my second overall. Yeah, no, that's not, guys. You know what? It's okay. I'm not gonna talk smack about our team.
If I didn't mention the country, then they did qualify according to us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Still Saying says, I actually like Latvia. I actually like Latvia too. Latvia's grown on me dramatically.
Same.
Since
me
when
too.
it was first selected, because it's like I actually like the music of it. Like the lyrically, I'm a little bit like, oh, this is a little cheesy, but at the same time, it's fun. It's like that cheeky kind of situation. And that was even my favorite song from that. And Shea says, no LPS broken heart emoji. I know.
But the problem is there's only 10 slots. Like, that is literally the problem.
It's 10 slots, only 6 people voting. It's kind of easy to see how it fell out, but I hope LPS qualifies. I don't think they are going to qualify.
That would be great. That would be amazing. Can you imagine?
If they qualify, I'm going to, like, scream. I'm going to be so happy. So I guess then who would be our 9th place? Or do you want to just name who qualified?
Yeah, I'll start from the 10th going up. Okay. So our 10th place, the first qualifier, is Armenia with 13 points. Followed by that is Croatia, with 17 points. Gotcha.
Okay.
I need to
start out with 10 points, so there was much wasn't many more points needed to qualify.
You're gonna hate this next one. You're gonna hate this next one.
I know.
So, tied for 7th place, Portugal and Norway with 26 points.
Why would you have Norway tie with Portugal? But okay.
It wasn't, if I remember correctly, it wasn't neither you nor I who gave Norway that many points.
Oh, I know it wasn't.
It was other people in the team. But you know what? It's okay. That just shows that they, like, Subwoofer has appeal.
They do have appeal.
Tomorrow.
Well, what I was going to just say is, like, I understand why people like it. I just personally don't.
I like it, but not as much as other Norwegian songs within that genre. Any hoodle doodle poodle, our 6th place is Iceland with 30 points. They made it. They made it.
I mean, that's because it's us.
It's because, that's literally the reason why. It's because it's us.
It's like our team loves that song. Like, as we should. It's a great song.
They round out our 6th place. Our 5th place, Greece with 32 points. I do see her doing way better than that in the actual semifinal, just because of how Europe's direction is going. But we aren't a European site, so our taste definitely doesn't line up.
Yeah.
In 4th, oh, sorry, you were saying something?
I was just reading comments. Still saying Portugal is number 2 overall. Norway is my 2nd from last. That's what Still Saying says. Yeah. Also, we have Sarah Hawkins from the site who says, could not put LPS in. Sad, crying, single tear emoji.
I mean, Sarah, I hope you and I and Lili are all wrong. I hope we're all wrong.
I hope we're all wrong. Shay says, we love Iceland here. Yes, we do love Iceland.
We do love Iceland.
It's gorge. All right. Next, I'm sorry, what were we going to say? So we have...
so our 4th place is Lithuania with 35 points.
No. Sorry, Shay. Shay said Lithuania coming for number 1. Unfortunately, it looks like she only came 4th, but she still has a chance to win in Turin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me be delusional.
Third place. So I'm going to be talking about the songs that knocked her out. In third place is Ukraine with 37 points.
Okay.
Woof. And all right, if you didn't watch the TikToks, you have, I guess, who won our semifinal one.
Oh, the one you haven't mentioned yet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so taking second place in our semifinal one with 39 points is Esteen from the Netherlands. Woo!
Okay.
That song is really good. It's going to do really well. Period. Yeah. Point blank. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our winner for semifinal one is Ronella from Albania with 44 points.
Okay. You know what? I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all to hear that.
Neither am I. Imagine opening the show and then winning a website poll.
She's iconic. Absolute icon, Ronella. Yeah, I'm just reading comments still. Vanya Lubich says Monica deserves the world. Could not agree more with you. Still saying Lithuania my winner. Pause up, and I stand Monica Lugin. I like that one. They're still saying. And yeah, no, sorry. Like just, I'm in charge of reading comments, y'all. I'm gonna shout out my girl Monica when I see her.
Honestly, like I do see her potentially winning the jury. Like overall, I see her winning the jury.
I'm gonna hold off on that delusionalness until I see staging. I have to protect my heart here.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll get the first clip on TikTok, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to function. So yeah.
I mean, at least we're all kind of like on the same page that she's at least a safe qualifier.
Yeah. Oof. Don't jinx it. I'm sorry. Don't jinx it.
No, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't jinx it because I'm gonna be the one who's like physically like closest to her. I don't want to put that energy on her. So,
okay.
Anyways, that was our semifinal one, you guys.
Yeah.
And as for semifinal 2, 18 songs, 8 non-qualifiers, and 2 ties. Yeah, there are 2 ties. Okay. Just like the first semi. So, starting out from the bottom. Do you have a guess for last place?
Okay, in semi 2.
Mm-hmm.
Azerbaijan?
You're right. Oh! So, Azerbaijan got last place overall with 2 points.
They got 2 points?
Right. 2 points overall.
That's surprising.
After calculating everybody's score, yeah. It's not more surprising than what I'm about to say, though.
Okay.
So, tied second to last, so tied 16th, 17th, with 3 points each are Belgium and Estonia. Stefan couldn't pull through.
I would assume Estonia would be higher than that. Belgium?
Much higher. Belgium, I kind of feel like belongs there.
Well, my thing with Belgium is just the production on that song sounds so hollow. It needs to be fuller. Like, I want to like Belgium. The issue is there's not enough instrumentation. There's not enough, oomph to it.
It sounds like a Grand Theft Auto ad at its absolute apex. It sounds like Red Dead Redemption ad. It sounds like I'm about to play like a PS3 game and I'm watching the commercial like to that, and it's like a first-person shooter game. Scratch that entire thing. I'm sorry, Jeremy. You deserve better than that comment because, like, let's face it, vocally, you can outperform me any day. You could outperform me in any regard. Good luck to you. But yeah, that was our side result.
Yeah, for me personally, when it comes to that song from Belgium, Jeremy deserves more support in the instrumentation. Like, it just needs some brushing up in studio, production wise, to fill out the track a little more. Because where it's at right now, it just feels a little empty, and I want more oomph to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it feels empty. It's kind of like the hallway of a public storage. But moving on from that, we have our 15th place, which is Israel with 4 points overall. I'm actually pretty surprised that Michael Ben David was able to score a point higher than Stefan. Yeah, that's a little unusual, but hey, I mean, like, we're not Europeans up in here. Like, the Twitter timeline can tend to be very European heavy, so we see a lot of that opinion. It's interesting to see how when you take people who aren't from Europe and add up our opinions together, we ultimately allotted Israel 4 places away from the bottom spot. So yeah, Israel 4 points overall. Good job. Followed by Israel, Georgia with 5 points.
Too low. Too low. Too low. I would expect more for Georgia, but that's okay.
I was expecting more. I thought we'd be closer to borderline.
I think honestly, like when we get to actual Eurovision, Georgia's going to be a little closer to borderline than a lot of people think, because there's
I
nothing
do
else
too.
like it. And in the first half of the second semi, it's a little bit boring. Like as a production, like you don't like from a show standpoint,
Mhm.
there's not like a lot of energy in there, and Georgia's going to have energy.
Georgia's going to have energy. I really hope they manage to tap into the kind of like cranium of their JESC delegation because the JESC delegation is very imaginative.
Yeah.
They need to get imaginative for this in order for them to pull through. They have the
Yes.
capacity, they just need to text the right people.
Yeah. Circus Marcus. They're
Well, watch
creative. They're
y'all.
interesting. That's basically my only fear for them is like just it's a lot of synth.
Mhm.
But I really do enjoy that. I think it's so much
That can
fun.
appeal to the Minecraft crowd, yeah.
The Minecraft count. Okay, so it's gonna be like children. Oh no, people who play
I mean,
Minecraft in their twenties now.
some songs in Eurovision appeal to children slash young teenagers and thus do well.
Is there a Nightcore remix of "Lock Me In" yet?
I
I'm
Well, I
pretty.
mean, there's a netcore remix of any song that exists. So if it doesn't exist right now, then it will be within the next week. I bet you.
I just feel like you get that on the Nightcore kids. They can go, yeah, let's listen to
Mhm.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, and then we
sorry.
can all play Dance Dance Revolution
Yeah,
together.
I'm like still saying I do love how much support we're seeing for Georgia in the chat. Like everyone's like, "Come on, Georgia, why are you so low?" Yeah,
Well, I mean, they're only so low because we only had 6 people voting, y'all. We're a small site.
yeah, we are.
Anyways, moving on. So Malta is the next country who received 13th place overall with 6 points. Uh, Screw their opinion. They're here to understand it. Oh my god, I don't even know
You don't even, you're trying to like sing a parody
I
version
don't
of "I
even.
Am What I Am."
I've started skipping that song so much. I don't even remember what it's.
Master plan. I'm gonna
Master
take
plan,
a
take a
step.
stand.
Take it or leave. I cannot sing. I am what I am. I
But
was
you know the
ending.
melody. You know it better than I do, though. And I
It's
actually listened to the song a couple times of my own free
it's because
will.
I don't like it. Like if there's a song I don't like, how do I phrase this? If there's a song I dislike, it stands out in my head more than a song that I just ignore. Like if I actively dislike it, I'm gonna know it better than a song that like. That's the thing with being a Eurovision fan though too. It's like you're like I hate this song and then sing every single word of it and know it by heart.
Oh yeah, like what was it? Light Me Up, Poland 2018. I would have been able to recite that entire thing to you, and I resent that song with every fiber of my being.
I don't even.
Jump. Ugh.
I don't. Okay. Right. Next. I'm sorry. We went
That's
off on a
right.
tangent.
So, our 11th slash 12th place is another tie. And funnily enough, they're pretty close countries too. They both received 7 points, and they are Montenegro and North Macedonia.
Well, still saying it looks like LaDonna did not make the top 10. We just got him back. Oh, I
Yeah.
caught it before you deleted it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything until after, like, giving you another second there. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed, but I see why. I see why. Um, I see why. I personally, I see what's happening there. I see what, I, I get it, but a bit disappointed.
I'm disappointed with the fact that North Macedonia, like almost scraped by the teeth of just being like the top
I wish
player.
that my girl Andrea had made it to the top 10. I appreciate that song. I know we disagree on this, but I do appreciate that one. You'd be surprised at how high I had North Macedonia in my final ranking before rehearsals.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe next week we could talk about our own final rankings
Okay, we could do that.
because I already know that mine will get me into fights. So
I mean, we can talk about let's finish this up because we've got a lot of time today compared
yeah,
to
let's do it. All right. So you guys, next is our 10th place in semifinal two, our first qualifier, Poland with 13 points.
Okay.
Yeah. Congratulations, Achman, you made it. That's gonna happen.
DMV.
It's gonna happen anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if Poland doesn't qualify this year.
I'd be like quite shocked, yeah, because Polish diaspora is so massive and has such like a huge like thing, but not just that, he has jury appeal. So yeah, I feel like he's pretty safe. Safer than we determined for him.
Yeah.
Up next, our 9th place is everyone's favorite YouTube outro music, We Are Dummy, with 15 points, Czech Republic, Lights Off.
Okay.
Yeah, they made it. Good job.
Yeah.
Gold star, thumbs up.
Gold star, thumbs up.
Sticker. Yeah.
Ooh, can I get a sticker that's like a grape that says you're grape and it smells like grapes when you scratch it?
I've never seen those in person. I've heard of them. I don't even think they exist. Do they exist?
I don't know if they exist, but I have scented markers.
Scented markers used to be the best, yo. But then when they aged, like, they started to smell like mahjong tiles. But aside from that,
Okay.
setting aside that entire discussion that, like, I can rant about, our 8th place, you guys. Hola mi bebé. So Romania received 16 points.
I'm actually kind of surprised. And I know what I'll say this about that song. If you have to make beans and rice, or if you're cleaning, like that song is great to sweep to. I
Yes,
don't know what it is about Yamame, but like if you're cleaning the kitchen especially, it's a great song to clean your kitchen to.
I do agree with that. I have cleaned my kitchen to this song, and it hits the nail on the head. It's just the perfect rhythm to just wipe.
Yeah. It's like if you're like when you're wiping stuff down, you're sweeping, you're mopping. It's a great rhythm for that.
Mm-hmm.
And like yeah, like I, I don't know why and that's like I have that on my playlist, like my tidying up playlist. And it's probably where I listen to it the most at.
Thank you, Ors, for the jam.
Yes, Ors. Thank you.
And what place is up next? 7th place, I believe. Let me just count to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7th place, receiving 19 points overall, Constructa, Serbia, in Corpore Sano.
I like the way you pronounce Latin. I know.
Good. I feel like she's a lot safer of a qualifier than people are giving her credit for.
I still worry for her.
I understand the worry. I very much understand the worry, but I feel like she has like a sneaker. I feel like she has like has her fingers crossed behind her back. This is going to be very surprising, is the feeling I'm getting, her result.
I don't know.
And not even just that. I feel like a potential good result in the final, too.
I can see her coming anywhere between like 5th and 25th in the final. And then not qualifying.
5th and 25th.
And are not even qualifying. I can see it going anywhere from really, really good to like not good at all. I don't know. It's just like it's one of those things that's like I don't know. It's like totally a wild card there. And yes, Still Sane says I'm Polish and I wouldn't mind if we stayed in the semi. I much prefer Tulia. Yeah, I'm still upset that Tulia didn't qualify. Like, I'm sorry.
I thought they were going to.
Like, I just... Yeah. Yeah.
Polly share, R.I.P. So, our 6th place, you guys, receiving 23 points. Australia, Sheldon Riley, not the same. This is going to be possibly a jury winner. I'm calling it as is, because I mean, like, he can sing the song. The visuals they have essential idea. He can perform it pretty well, and not to mention, Eurovision loves self-empowerment ballads. So this is going to happen, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's the strongest of the sad boys. Mm-hmm. By far. So, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Australia's our sixth place, so we're getting to our top five semifinal too. Rounding out our fifth place in the second semi is Finland with 30 points, so seven more than sixth place. That really, really, really surprised me.
Yeah, same. I'm honestly surprised to hear that.
Finland made it top five, y'all. You know, honestly, our entire top five, with the exception of two, is quite surprising. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to our fourth place. 37 points, Ireland. Brooke, that's rich. So Brooke and Monica Liu received the same place in their semifinals, according to us.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I would love to see Brooke in the final. Oh my gosh, I'd be so happy to see Brooke in the final.
If Brooke makes it to the final, I'm putting one coin in the basket saying she's going to close the show if she lands second half.
Okay.
I'm putting one coin in the basket. I feel like if she lands second half, the odds of that happening are higher than, like, let's say, Poland, for example.
Okay.
But I digress. So we're getting to our top three now, you guys.
Yep.
In our third place for second semifinal is San Marino with 39 points. Woo!
How did he get so high?
Well, I mean, pretty hefty number of us voted for him, on top of you giving, from what I remember, San Marino, your 10? Your first place? So
it's
therefore
my
your
favorite.
10
It's my favorite song in the semi.
Yeah. So that was definitely one of the biggest boosters. Other than that, though, he managed to perform consistently well among all of us.
Okay.
So, very nice. Congratulations to Kili Lauro. If we don't have you in the final, that would honestly be devastating.
Yeah. I feel like whatever he's going to do on stage is going to be big enough to get him through to the final.
Mm-hmm. If there's one thing, he always has the visual in mind. He always does.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Rounding out our second place is Cyprus with 42 points.
Okay.
Whew. We call it safe. I really hope it's safe.
I can't see it not qualifying. There is not a world where I do not see Cyprus qualifying.
Oof. Well, I mean, the last time we had the Greek language in Eurovision, and it was a really, really, really good song with some winning odds. Well, I mean, that's mostly the delegation's fault, but
yeah, no, I still don't understand how that happened. I'm still upset.
It could have
still
been
upset.
Athens 2019.
Still upset. No.
Yeah, 19. But yeah, it's fine. We are getting a redemption song on behalf of the Greek Panic Records type music industry with Cyprus. I'm really glad that we have determined that she is going to be a qualifier up to a point where she's the second in our semi. Like, that's insane, and I love that. Which means, if y'all didn't know this was coming, now you will. Sweden, Cornelia Jacobs wins our semifinal two with 59 points, which is only 1 point less than the max amount of points she could have received. Mm-hmm. We have Ms. Lili right here to thank for her not receiving a perfect score.
Thank you all. She's literally the only person. Thank you all. I kept that perfect score from happening. I still gave her like my second place, though, I think, in that semi, so at least I did that.
You did that, but I just remember, I added all these together, and I was like, dang.
I couldn't have her.
Literally 1 point away from perfect, and you're the reason why.
I couldn't let her cakewalk it. I need to give her a little bit of a challenge, okay?
Oh, no, yeah, she was definitely going to cakewalk it. And I mean, she still very well can.
I mean, we all love Sweden. Like Sarah.
We all love Sweden.
Sweden, yes. We all love that song. Oh, man, I ugly cried to that song when I was drunk the other day. It was great. Highly recommend it.
I did too. It wasn't the other day, but I've done that. Adore it. Absolutely adore it. Congratulations to Cornelia. You're going to do super well in the final. It just is what it is.
Yeah. So, the rankings we had for our Big Five.
So, you guys, the Big Five, the pre-qualified countries, same kind of concept. It was a 1 to 5 point scale. Yeah, you get the gist. Every country had to receive a minimum of 6 points in order to qualify. and the max you could receive was 30 points. So starting from the bottom, I love him, and I'm sorry he could do better than this. Germany, 7 points. Germany received 1 point from 5 jurors and 2 points from one juror.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, honestly, that song's grown on me. When I did my final ranking a couple of days ago before rehearsals, I was surprised at how high I actually had Germany.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, it's not that bad. Like when it comes down to it, it really isn't that bad. And he's really young. To have a song that's this like cohesive, and to be so young, and to be like a competent performer, we got to give him props. Like Malik is doing,
Yeah.
he's pulling a lot of weight still, and especially because this is also a non-zero entry from Germany, which we haven't seen from them in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. Following Germany with 15 points is Sam Ryder, the United Kingdom, with 15 points, fourth place overall. We were actually, so we had a site meeting last Sunday, and we were like in hot contention about where we were seeing Sam eventually end up. Some people felt mid-table. Lili felt around 12th. I felt around 8th.
Mm-hmm.
This at least illustrates, at least with this point allocation, that he's gonna perform non-zero, but it's gonna be really confusing to see where he ends up when the state show is actually happening. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. But that one's one of the ones that we're not super solid on where the debate ended either.
Yeah. Like, I feel like 12th at the lowest. 12th feels right to me.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that song says 12 to me.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, like, once again, Sam Ryder, though, needs to be very proud that he is carrying his country out of the trenches.
Oh, yeah, I know. For the UK, 12 would be like, what? Guys?
Like, we're at the bottom half of the left side. We can be excited.
I totally get it. Shay says the UK was my 30th initially. Now it's in my top 10. I can't explain why. I don't know either. Like, when I look at my ranking, the UK is not in my top 10, but they're up there, like, for me. And I'm just, like, there's something about that song that it really grows on you.
It does. And I mean, I think just kind of the main thing about it is the construction of the song and the way that he performs it so nicely. Like he has never messed up a performance, and he's going to be so engaging, energetic, magnetic by the time he's on stage. He's definitely at the very lowest going to be bottom half left side, at least what it looks like right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In our 13e place, our third place. Hopefully it was obvious when I spoke the language, but if not, then it is now. So 18 points overall. Our third place among the big five is France. Avant Ayez with Fulen. Dance jam. It's a dance jam.
Yes.
Can't be mad at it. Dancing with the Devil. It's non-English. This is how I want ukulele to be incorporated into music. If anything, because I am sick with ukulele boys singing like covers
songs.
Singing like old song covers about. Once again, I digress because that is an entire area of rant that I can even get into the American Song Contest about. But there's a ukulele used in Fulen that I really like how it's used. It doesn't sound like it's used like in method of like an island type melody or an island based like kind of thing. This is a very unique way of using it to kind of portray Breton or like Brejonneg type culture. I really enjoy this song. I do think it's a little messy at the current stage it's at because like the pre-parties have illustrated like a little bit of its messy side, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a detriment to it by the time we get to Eurovision itself, because the song has quite a bit of like a televote pull in my opinion, and it's really an attractive melody.
Yeah. All right, so our top two.
Yes, our top two. So okay, it's either so we have some options here. We have Spain and Italy. These are our two options for who's going to be the winner. Either way, we have to take a look at. So Italy, we have this nice, soft, progressive, modern ballad duet. With Spain, we have a J-Lo type dance song with an insane breakdown, and it's just like extremely catchy. Who do you think wins? So I'm going to tell you right now, actually. Taking second place is nobody. We have a tie for first place. Spain and Italy both received 25 points overall. Can you believe that?
Honestly, from our team, no. I mean, from our team, yes, I can. Like, I can see exactly how that happened. Like, I already know, like, I'm pretty confident in who I think gave that one top points over Italy top points.
I'm pretty confident too.
Like, it's just one of those ones where I totally see. I also see them being the two big five countries that get the highest scores.
That will almost definitely be the case.
Yeah.
I want to say there's probably like a greater than 50% chance that Italy and Spain will be the top two among the big five.
Yeah. Yeah, doesn't shock me. I really think that those two are going to be up there when we get to the show.
I agree.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Well, okay, yeah. You guys know what our like semifinals and Big Five ranking is. Before we get into rehearsals, we're going to be seeing rehearsals, and I'm also going to be showing you how the site ranked our top 25 just among the finalists we determined. I don't even know how we got this close to the show being just so nearby, but yeah, I'm really trying not to stress about it. I'm really doing everything I can not to, but it is what it is, you know.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. Oh yeah, and also an update about my tickets, you guys. I get to see the jury show, which means I don't miss any of the songs, which means I'm going to be providing my perspective on each one and what they look like on the stage.
Excited. Honestly, that's the thing I would want to get a jury show too, because then you can compare what they sounded like during the jury show and what they sound like on the live final show. So you can go like, what is wrong with the jurors or what is wrong with the public? You know what I mean? Like, I'm always curious as to what's going on during that jury show.
Me too. Well, thankfully, that curiosity is going to be absolved for me by the time I'm there that Friday evening. Woo! And then the final's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then the final's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh. Oof. Okay.
Occurring. But yeah, it's a short stream for us. Like about half the length of our recent streams have been really.
It's because we're just kind of in the interim, kind of like
what's
it called, liminal space between major events happening. Really, rehearsal is going to be the next huge thing.
Oh gosh, that kicks off tomorrow. I'm still trying to figure out how to make the TikTok algorithm know I like Eurovision, because like if first rehearsals are on TikTok, I just need to make sure that the algorithm understands that I enjoy Eurovision, because the algorithm is still giving me the same stuff it was giving me before, so fingers crossed.
TikTok, if you're listening, we need more Eurovision in Lili's algorithm. And TikTok, if you're listening to me on my phone too, yes, please. I need more Eurovision content because I want to be able to see those rehearsals, because it would be making my daily TikToks just a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, like check out, like I said, we got a TikTok account. We've got articles and things.
I'll be there every day, you guys. So yeah, go to the TikTok and you'll just be annoyed by me.
All right. Yeah. So thank you all so much for joining our stream.
Thanks, guys. We'll be here next week.
Yeah, we'll be here next week.
We'll be here next week, and that's gonna be kind of like penting up our energy, being like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. I can't believe that's going to be the end of my time on here, like for our season streams for this season, though. So I will extend my personal thanks to all of you, because we as a site made it so far. Like I'm really, really proud of us. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you guys later.
Bye, guys.